Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the worst build, the worst WrestleMania build in WWE 3. Like, what are we doing, man? You can find me on Twitter at 2sweetpie, at OMG Corey B. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I always hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified of every video that I make. But man, here we are. We're 2 weeks out from Mania, just about. And normally there's a ramp up for a build when we get to WrestleMania season. Where's the ramp up, man? Like, I look at WWE Raw and we're just doing dumb things left and right. What was a pretty interesting build with Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley has been like it's almost going down a nosedive, almost taking a nosedive going down a cliff. Easy for me to say. Like, we had something good. We had the Hurt Business versus Drew McIntyre. We had them trying to take out Drew McIntyre. But we break up the Hurt Business for no conceivable good reason. And now we sit here and we're expecting somebody big to come out. We sacrifice Mustafa Ali for no good reason. And Baron Corbin is the guy that comes out. That's the big reveal. And now we break up the Hurt Business to have an alliance between Corbin and Lashley, assumedly. Like, Baron Corbin is on SmackDown, man. With him being involved in all of this, in whatever way he's going to be involved, it takes all of the interest out of Bobby Lashley versus McIntyre. I wanted to see two hosses go at it. That was all I needed. All they needed to do was keep it simple. And I look all the way down this card. I won't go down everything. Had they just kept things simple, we'd be okay here. And I know you might say that, well, you gotta understand there's no fans in the crowd. Look, I get that. And I was willing to give them a mulligan on that because there were a lot of things that I was interested in, fans or no fans, as we built to WrestleMania. You look at stuff like Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. Like, I wasn't interested in that to begin with, but you take the storyline and it is just not interesting at all, man. You look at Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. That's another thing that's taking a nosedive. When they made the match, I was so excited. I was like, this is going to be the most interesting thing heading into WrestleMania. Then it became about Reggie. Then Bianca Belair is taking losses left and right. And I have just not been able to get back into the feud. We've gone to something like Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. When they made the match, excited through the roof. One of the best matches, one of the most interesting matches at WrestleMania. Then we get to the most recent episode of Raw, and now we have Reggie involved again. We have Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler involved again. Like, what are we doing here? What did Reggie do to get that spot, man? Like, we're messing up both of the women's championship matches, who otherwise would have been one of the more interesting matches on the card as we headed into WrestleMania. We have a lot of that going down this card, man. And like, I'm even something like the SmackDown Championship match, I'm not into it as much as I would have been had it just been simple. Ace overcoming Edge versus the big bad guy Roman Reigns. Like, it's been too complicated for my taste. It hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been as good as it was when it was just Edge versus Reigns. Very simple. So there's a lot of this going on, and I find myself just not interested into what they are feeding me heading into the WrestleMania. Now, I understand this. WrestleMania is the main course. The build or the side entrees. But look, we want the best of both worlds when we go out to eat, right? We want our main course good and we want our side entrees good as well. And the side entree is horrible, man. It's just not interesting as we head into WrestleMania. I'm not feeling it. They could be doing such a better job have they kept everything simple, man. So, I mean, there's been some good things. If you look at Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, that's something that was kept simple. Everything that is good, or the few things that are good, like Big E versus Apollo, kept simple. Like, outside of that, everything is just so, like, thrown together and so, like, just not interesting to me. Nevertheless, let me know your thoughts, whether that's on Twitter at 2sweetpot, at OMG Corey B, or on YouTube as well. The roast build in WWE history, the roast WrestleMania build in WWE history. Let me know all of your thoughts.